location to enjoy rock hounding. Sometimes the little known creeks will surprise you. Today, we're exploring Gulley Creek, a spot that doesn't get much, if any, attention from local rock hounds. Sometimes it's a bad sign, but sometimes the places nobody talks about end up being the most rewarding. Let's see what we can find. This creek is usually dry, but we had storms and flash flood warnings over the weekend, so that might make finding geodes a little harder. Gulley Creek sits between cornfields and a Baptist church on the outskirts of Gamaliel, Kentucky. Named after the Gulley pioneer family who settled in the area, the most famous thing to do out here is participating in something called meat shoot. At first glance, Gulley Creek doesn't look all that different from any other creek, but that is the fun of rock hounding. You don't know what's down there until you go down in there. But creeks are really good about hiding hidden gems, and here's why. Water from the creek slowly erodes the banks, causing rocks to get taken downstream, exposing minerals and fossils that might otherwise have stayed buried forever. We're aiming for gravel bars, bends in the creek, or any obstacles that might block a geode's path in the water. Besides having a decent location, there are two ways to find geodes. Slow down and be patient. A geode is essentially a crystal-filled pocket inside of a solid rock that formed within limestone and then came out of the limestone due to erosion. You can tell this is most likely a geode because of the round shape and the bumpy texture. You're not looking for perfectly round or perfectly smooth. You're looking for something like, here's another good example. We're going to cut some of these later and we will see if they were worth the effort to come down into Gulley Creek. Okay, not a rock, but that's something you don't see in the wild every day. This one caught my eye because it was sitting right at the edge of the gravel bar. Remember, we like gravel bars, geodes, and other heavy rocks tend to get stuck there when the water flows. Oh, here's another one. This one's not even in the gravel bar. Sometimes you really don't know what's around the next bend until you look. So, cool rocks aren't always the only thing you find in creeks. Sometimes you find dead bodies. Usually not people. Sometimes people. You guys, this is Larry. Larry's a dead raccoon. Sometimes the best finds are just below the surface. I'm not sure what happened here, but get back there, bud. I wonder if this crawfish's sister had a baby, and then this crawfish took it over after she passed away, and then the baby could have lost all its legs and arms, and now what if the baby's just a stump? But all the love this crawfish sees in his sister's little baby crawfish's face makes it worth it in the end. True story. Alright, so here's some of the geodes from that Gulley Creek trip. It took about 45 minutes. Let's crack them and cut them open and see what we've got. My saw struggled to cut this because it's so big, but check this out. Alright, you guys, so what do we think? Let me know in the comments. Was Gulley Creek worth it? Or is finding a tiny creek in the middle of BFE, Kentucky still a little bit too much work to go find geodes? Thanks for coming to Gulley Creek with me. If you like adventures and finding cool rocks, go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.